Hello, it's another rainy day in Seattle. Welcome, Group A. So we have the Temperance card, the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Autonomy, which is the Chariot in this deck. So for this person's purpose in your life, it's going to be centered around two things. So one, this person was essentially brought into your life to challenge your beliefs. I believe if you're drawn to Group A, you're an individual where you're more so practical in nature. You could believe strongly that, the earth is round and geographically speaking, in terms of, those approaches, you're pretty much kind of like straightforward. You go in alignment with like the status quo, so to speak. And this individual will be the one that says, no, it's a flat earth and this is why, and this is my proof, and so on and so forth, like fact checking. I feel like you two, you'll notice that you two have fact checked each other a lot, challenging each other's views. Whether you're the one that's a flat earther, this person is the one that goes by those beliefs. But it feels as if, however, they were brought into your life to help challenge those beliefs and help bring into balance new ways of thinking, new perspectives. So if you take a look at the Two of Pentacles energy here, you'll notice that they have like butterflies on them. So you could feel as if this person is like a yin to your yang. Your other half really brings into balance, like I was mentioning, into your life, like new ways of thinking, doing things, just how you process your thoughts. And you'll notice that their purpose is to set you up for success. Whatever you're doing on a grander scale that draws attention to you, or just whatever you're doing, like if you're an artist, you'll notice that they've helped you like learn different modalities or different ways of, I don't know. Let's say you're usually doing sketches. This person probably gave you this idea instead of using, or like if you're a painter, try acrylic instead of oil. Like, if you're so used to doing oil and this person just like encouraged you to try acrylic, and by doing so, it just put you on this grander scale, or brought in new clients, or it's like it expanded your platform, or whatever you're doing as far as work. Also, just that's this person's purpose in your life. Just really, it's very practical with this person. Just helping you look at something one way rather than another, where you could have just been more comfortable looking at it one way. So this person it's here. I say was or is because I'm not sure if this person's still in your life, Group A, but you two are connected, or we're connected in this lifetime, because his intention or her intention was to bring these new thoughts and awareness to you in terms of what's going on around you. And it's very applicable to practical matters. So whether it's within what your desire to do in this life.
Have you ever had a dream that you had
life, like your career or whatever you're passionate about, whatever kind of draws in admirers for you, they kind of set you up on that scale, so to speak, by allowing these different ways and different ideals to come into your perception or to your view, and you applied it to whatever you're doing in terms of your career or work, or however you're moving in terms of how you delegate yourself, or just like techniques. Like you could try different techniques or a practice. Like for example, let's say, again, I don't know, if you play basketball, like they could have said, oh, try to go up on the rim. It's like, you get where I'm going with this, like instead of going along the side, because they could have seen something in you that may, for them, they believe that's your strong suit. They could see things, of course, that you're not capable of seeing. So they're kind of like really like an angel in your life, in that sense, to illuminate what's already within you, and just these different ways of viewing things. And maybe if it weren't for this person's presence, you kind of would have stayed on this track. Like, okay, this is what I know. This is why I believe this, because it's easy to believe that we really went to the moon back in whatever, it's easy to believe that, they're still going to the moon. And, so so I could understand how believing that the earth is round could be, and then this person, a thought process that naturally, or the sizes of each continent, or it's accurate. I get how that's okay to believe, because that's what we've been told. But it's like this person's purpose in your life were to challenge those beliefs and invite you to believe a little bit differently. And I believe this has set you up, and when it comes to your own life purpose, and it's set you up in terms of whatever you're doing to express yourself in regards to your career and your life. So really nice, Group A. Yeah, and also on a lighter scale, if you were someone that was just fine going to library and mating indoors, or just going to a cafe, and maybe this person invited you outside, like, hey, come on outside, let's do some grounding, especially if you weren't a person to want to keep your shoes on, it's like they encouraged you, no, let's ground. So that was this person's purpose in your life, just to invite these new ways of thinking, going about things. And this could be your finances as well too. Like, you should try using a savings, or get, look into CDs, or they just kind of expanded your awareness, as well as challenged what you could have believed was the way to success and to achieve your dreams and your goals. Hello, Group B. So we have the Prince of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, along with the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and Compassion. So for this person's purpose in your life, it feels as if you could have met them at work, or during some type of apprenticeship, some type of study perhaps, but somewhere like a job, internship, not sure. It feels as if the purpose that this person had in your life, or has in your life, is rooted in really getting you out of the mundane, out of the routine, out of the day-to-day. It feels as if when you could have met this person, they could have invited you out, and you're like, wow, I haven't been out in years, or months, or however. It's like kind of out of this space where things could have just been the same, and there were that difference for you. And I'm also getting, for a few of you, this could have been someone that you met during a point where you were going through some form of rehabilitation. This could have been through a therapy, physical therapy, or just you were seeing a therapist, or you're still seeing a therapist. This could be someone who you have met during therapy. And they could have experienced some form of an addiction, or just something a bit heavy, that their role in your life is kind of like a guiding light out of this, because you may share that similarity. So you two may share that kind of weight of having gone through some type of therapy, some type of rehabilitation program. And this could be something you're still currently healing through. And this person is their purpose in your life, this card is compassion, is a sense of relation for you, just knowing that you're not alone. And this also feels as if this is someone that either you've known for a while, or they're a staple in your life, or will be a staple in your life, to help you get through, or grow through really what you're going through. Because I do believe it has been quite challenging or trying at this time. It feels as if if you're dealing with that form of kind of getting yourself back in the flow of life after having faced or facing some type of trauma or just any form of rehabilitation. It doesn't have to be addiction. And this person's highly significant in their role in your life because they could have literally experienced something very similar to you, and they're helping you work through it. They're helping you get through it. And if it's, on a different scale, then this is just someone who literally could know, hey, I hate this job too. And you two met because, they're that person to kind of brighten your day and get you out of the kind of 9 to 5 energy. Could be also someone that you've traveled with or is really adamant about, traveling with you or just getting you to go outside. Like, you guys can go for lunch. Just if there's like a patio out back at your workplace, I don't know, they encourage you to go sit outside and eat with them. And this could have helped you significantly with your mental health and just feeling more grounded within yourself. And this person just really showing compassion towards you, and that's like their purpose in your life, is meant to help you get through. Because it feels like if you're drawn to this group, you could just be getting over something, or I honestly feel like you're really trying to get over something, and this person's literally helping you through it, because I feel as if they felt a lot of the pains and they really understand you. It's like this person kind of understands or feels what you're experiencing. They're not just like saying that. And they know how uncomfortable this may be, whatever this environment is that you're currently in. And they're kind of just that breath of fresh air for you, like that you're not alone. Or reminder, that you're not the only one that's going through this or experiences this. Hello, Group C. So we have the Hierophant, the Three of Cups, the King of Swords, and this is the Hangman in this deck in the reverse. That says initiation. So this person's purpose in your life, let's talk about it. Because I was just like tapping in and I was like, you know what, Group C, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I feel like you could be currently learning this, or you've come to some form of an enlightenment recently and it's just kind of like clicked. It all clicked, okay? So I feel as if the purpose this person served in your life, or because I feel like he's already served his purpose. I feel like this feels like a masculine energy. They've served their purpose, but they've taught you a lesson. They've taught you a lesson. And this comes in terms of your self-reflection, how you feel about yourself, how you carry yourself. For this deck, the Hierophant, it's like power. It says like power. Your own personal power, what you're capable of doing. And I was just getting this song, like, I'm not the two. Like, I'm not the two. I'm going to put it on here somewhere. But it's like, I'm not the two. Like, it's just that chorus, like, that's coming, that's like ringing. But anyhow, it feels as if this person could have had you in your head like crazy. I'm talking about night and day, day and night, contemplating and thinking about this person. Who is this person talking to? And it just feels as if this is someone that you could have been romantically interested in. That literally just had you in your head about them. So the purpose that they served was essentially for you to tap into your personal power, for you to realize with this Hangman symbolizing like initiation and it being in the reverse, it just gives me this vibes that you are not going to be like a sister wife. You weren't going to be friend zoned, or anybody's like, not saying this person tried to put you in like in a friends with benefits situation, because it doesn't necessarily feel like that, but it does feel as if they could have tried to like friend zone you and then kind of have you in your head about who else he could have been associating with, who else he could have been dating. Just kind of this person feels as if they left you in limbo a lot, like, okay, maybe we could be together one day, or just kind of, you were kind of teeter-tottering in terms of where you two were going to go, or where could you place each other. Are we friends? What are we doing here? Like, you found yourself in that kind of energy quite a lot. And it's like the purpose they served in your life, where for you to cut these cords and to realize that you're kind of, it was like you're almost like self-sabotaging, like your own doing, because ultimately with this Hierophant like learned, this could have been like a learned behavior or something that you were perpetuating, like this cycle of not seeing how your value basically, and how much more you're worth than being in like maybe like a sister wives kind of energy, or just allowing this person to leave you hanging, or saying, oh yeah, we're just friends, and but gives you the impression that you could be more. Just those things just leaves you in your head. This person's purpose in your life was to ultimately show you a different part of yourself that maybe you weren't really seeing, and that's like a part of your shadow side, not all light and dandy, but you saw your shadow side in this situation, just those parts of you that maybe now you look at, or you're looking at now, and you're seeing that you could have done X, Y, and Z differently, or you're telling yourself that you'll never get involved with, you know, something or a situation like this again. Because I do believe this person challenged your beliefs in the sense of being grounded, as well as just consistent, traditional, just, you probably held strong values that you kind of put to the wayside because of this energy that you were involved with. And I believe their purpose, what it feels as if their purpose was to challenge these beliefs, to put you in these positions, to make you kind of compromise almost your values. The Hangman's like a martyr. They make sacrifices, and maybe you made one too many dealing with this person. And they're inviting you to see that, you know, even though they could have had you in some compromising positions, you're going to stay true to your value system at the end of the day. Like, you're always meant to go back to being more grounded. You're always meant to go back to your traditions. You're always meant to kind of get out of this place where someone could have had you where they could have just had you in your head more than thinking along those lines practically. This person's purpose was meant to challenge your beliefs. Their purpose was meant to, and is meant to, really challenge what you believe in. And for you ultimately to realize that you are going to go back to what you believed in, those firm foundations, because whatever this person was giving you was like a house made out of sand kind of energy. And maybe you knew that, maybe you were some way you were connected to that, but when you're kind of not seeing, where you're kind of just, maybe you're more so embracing your shadow side and just going with it. Because it feels as if this group, you guys could have been growing with something that you knew you probably would have handled differently. Like, you always had this nudge, like, I would probably do it this way, but I'm going to go about it this way because I like this person, and, you know, we have this great connection, and so on and so forth. But in some way, you always wanted to go back home in some sense. These roots, these values, yeah. And you did. That's what you're finding that you have done, at least, or are doing. And that was their purpose. That was the purpose that they served. Coming into your life and maybe not always feeling like they were going to be very a matter of fact kind of person or cold-blooded, but kind of just made you realize that you weren't going to subject yourself to feeling less than what you know you're valued. At least no longer. And that's okay. And I feel like right now, Group C, you're in a point where you feel as if it's okay. And their purpose was for you to realize that it's okay to hone in and rely on your roots and your traditions instead of kind of be a part of something that's not true to you. So if this is like a social group or a friend group, this is you realizing that you don't care to fit in. It's okay not to fit in. It's actually better that way. And if it's a person, it's okay not to be someone's other while they have others. It's okay to believe in marriage and the happily ever after because it's what's instilled in you and it still rings true. And their purpose was to remind you, in essence, through everything, all of the thoughts and hang-ups and feeling like things weren't really moving, that they were never meant to change the way you were believing initially, your belief system, or this group of people were never meant to change who you are, who you're always meant to be.